Hey guys, what's up? Shin05D5 here, back with another video. Today's video, I want to talk about things you should get if you got the Odin 2, but this also works if you got any other kind of Android-based gaming device, like a Retroid Pocket or any of the other ones, even like an Odin 1. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about the Odin 2, but I love this system. This is pretty much hands down the best system you can get. But I want to make this nice little short video just explaining just stuff I highly recommend you get along with the console. So first things first, we got the console itself. Really great. Again, this is probably the best gaming console or gaming handheld you could probably buy. I'll probably make a video on that later. But one thing I would like to recommend, and you can see I fucked up here, is get a screen protector for it. That's the first thing you should get. Screen protectors are just basically necessary if you want to keep like the screen like protected, and again it's touchscreen too, so you don't want to screw up the screen at all. So I highly recommend getting a very good screen protector, and don't screw up putting it on like I did, where you get like this stupid little bubble. It doesn't really bother me that much. It drives my nephew insane. He's like, how can you even keep that on? You can barely see it when it's on, but when it's like a black screen, it pops out really bad. So, highly recommend getting a screen protector for it. And along with the screen protector, I highly recommend getting a nice, like, micro cloth. This is to, like, wipe fingerprints off of it. And just keep everything clean. I got the black one, because this is the only version that comes, the Odin base came in. I would recommend getting in, like, a different color, because black does show, like, fingerprints. So if you're playing it a while, you do see, like, your fingerprint scuff marks on it. So I recommend getting it in white, if you can, or get one of those, like, see-through shells. I would recommend that, but since black was the only model that they had for the Odin 2 base, I got it. So get that. The screen micro cloth definitely helps with fingerprints and keeping it nice and clean. So highly recommend that. Along the same regards, I recommend getting the case. When you order the Odin 2, they throw a whole bunch of stuff at you at the end, where it's like you can get a case, you can get a screen protector, things like that. Highly recommend the case. It's just really good to keep it safe. Even when you're not using it, it's a good thing to store it so like dust doesn't get in it and things like that. So it just helps keep it all in one piece. So I highly recommend getting the case. Along with it, well, let's talk about the dock. So this is the Odin 2, or the AYN Super Dock for the Odin. Well, specifically for the Odin 2. It's really good. It's solid. It has 4 USB ports, 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and then on the back it has a charging cable, an HDMI out, and an internet cable too. So those are all super helpful, and the coolest thing about this is you could actually lift the top up, and it has room for an SSD. So you could put an SSD in here and put, for example, like more games on it. What I would recommend doing is getting an SSD and putting movies on this, because anytime you use the dock, you're probably hooking it up to a TV as well. So I think it'd be really cool to put like a bunch of like MP4s of your favorite movies on here. And then when you plug your Odin 2 in, that information is stored on here and not the Odin. So you could just, but you can access it from when it's plugged in, and you could just play movies that way. So I think that'd be cool, making it like a real like media device. I think I might do that in the future. Get like an SSD and then put a bunch of movies on there, and then use this as like a, like when I have it docked, if I want to, I could watch like a movie or something. I think that'd be pretty cool, but you could use it for games as well. So highly recommend getting it. It's not too expensive. I think it's like 50 bucks. So it's definitely worth buying. If you're buying an Odin 2, I would highly recommend getting the dock. And now, when you have it, this will help with it in docked mode as well. A wireless controller. I actually recommend getting the 8BitDo SN30 Pro controller. One, because of its size, and it's really portable. So it's basically like a Super Nintendo controller, but with all the PlayStation 2 buttons. So as you can see here, we got 2 analog sticks, a D-pad, start, select. Then we got your 4 face buttons, as well as L1, L2, or L1, R1, L2, R2, all together, and L3, R3. These click in. So this is a really good controller to have. You can play pretty much all the systems on here. So you got like, you can play like PlayStation 2, Switch, GameCube, and all the classic ones too. So if you're playing like Super Nintendo on this, this feels great to play like Super Nintendo games. So I highly recommend this controller. It's super good. And another cool thing about it, on the back, you could actually, it tells you like right here, if you hold down start and X to turn it on, it'll turn on as an Xbox controller. If you hold down start and Y, it'll turn on as a Switch controller, which I think is really cool. So that's really good. I highly recommend getting a wireless controller for it, because it's just great to play it in docked, and I also highly recommend getting a controller for games that, like, for example, beam clashing in the Tenkaichi games for Dragon Ball. You have to like spin the analog sticks like this. I would not recommend doing that on the device itself. If you're gonna play games that are gonna be like that rough on controllers, definitely get a wireless controller to do that. You do not want to like break the analog sticks on the device itself. You can definitely replace them, but it involves opening up the whole thing, taking some things out. So again, if you're gonna do some like really hard gaming, like stick spinning or really hard like button mashing, highly recommend getting a wireless controller for that. And lastly, I want to talk about is headphones. Getting a good pair of like Bluetooth wireless headphones is great for this device. It's great when you're playing it out like in an airport, or like waiting for something, and you don't want to like bother anybody with, because the speakers on this thing are actually really loud. So it's really good to like not bother anybody, or if you just want to hear some stuff, highly recommend getting some Bluetooth earbuds for it as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much all the recommendations I have if you got an Odin 2. I hope I was able to mention things that you might not think about. I think like getting the micro cloth is something people won't think about, but I highly recommend the dock and definitely the wireless controller. And definitely the case. Actually, I recommend everything. Everything I said in this video, I recommend. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I almost forgot to say that. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.